And mega love shout out. I'm back, guys. Yes, I'm very, very back. We're all good. You can hear me. Oh, diba? Ayan, diba? Oh, everybody good? And thank you. And Brett wants to see some boom boom. O, diba? At dahil dyan, ayan, may pa-boom boom tayo kay Felipe and to Brett. Thank you very much. Of course, I'm showing on YouTube, right? I'm showing on YouTube, right, guys? You're not live on YouTube. Am I? I see. I love your hair. Am I not? Am I not? Ayan, welcome. Hold on, let me check. You're pranking me, guys. Ayan, good prank, good prank. Of course I am on. Ayan. Hello all, diba? Matipid lolo, behave, I see, diba? And you were not for a little. Oh, because I probably changed camera for both. Not camera, but kind of like on screen. Like on Twitch, it's probably different. And on StreamYard, it's probably different. So that's kind of like what's going on. Ayan, magulo ang mundo ko ngayon. Ayan, paguluhin natin. Ayan. So guys, if you want to come up, just talk to me. Be decent, guys. If not, hay nako naman talaga. Ayan. Make sure I can see something because no matter how big it is, I cannot see anything. Ganon. Hello all from Matipid ni Lolo. Now you are, but oh my God, you blasted us with your bow tie. Oh, there is a clown on Netflix. That is crazy. Or to be. Who's that? Ayan, hi, ICEE. Hi, Felipe. And of course, to Sir Galaan. Hola, hola, hola. And mega love shout out to Daniel from admin. BG muna, oy. Oy, thank you sa pa-BG. Thank you so much. Everyone thought you abandoned us. I kept telling them you wouldn't do that. Diba, no? Steven, they have so much faith in me, diba? Ayan. So much faith. Diba? Ayan. Brett, I think Daniel has a fetish. Diba? That is all Daniel. Every comment. Behave, I see. I am behave. And welcome back, guys. Now you are, but yes. Okay, did I miss anything? Okay, she's having open panel on this stream. Exactly. This is an open panel, guys. I didn't know if I did. Hold on. If I put it. Yeah, I think it's there. So you're welcome to come up, but be decent. I don't like not decent people. Ayan, and Lily, Steven, hey, how are you doing today? Did you get tired? So, Lily, when you wash dishes, do you use gloves or just bare hands? Ayan, inabutan kami. O, diba? It's getting hot in here. O, diba? Ganon, Steven. O, diba? Hello, world. Yes, you know what? If you have a thing, as long as I've said many times, as long as it's consensual, no minors included, you are not, hurting anybody in the process. Who gives a shit? If it's your thing, it's your thing. Love it. Ganon. Oh, Steven, have an awesome day today, man. Any donation for ICEE, guys? Oh, Lily getting ready for work. Ooh la la, you're going to work? And oh yeah. O, diba? Admin, hi naku, I don't even come up on many panel match. Nightbot, she can see me in chat. not touching. Not touching. What do you touch? What do you touch? I used rubber gloves, especially new manicure. Oh yes, because I've heard that many times, and I've seen a lot of girls doing that. And for me, I feel like I've tried doing that just because I have so much. Like, device not connected. Okay, there you go. Ayan. So please welcome, guys. Ayan, Mamshi! Mega love shout out everyone. Good evening. I see pauwi na sa train pa lang ots ka rin sa Madis. Ayan for Mamshi. So please welcome. Ayan, one of our guests for today. No other than Bruce Davies. Di ba? Ayan. Guys, hola, hola. You're muted, Bruce. Di ba nawala? Sherval Ayala, mega love shout out Sherval. Di ba? Sherval, ikaw ba yung nag-stream kanina, naglalaba? Ayan, Yahoo! Mega love shout out everyone. I would come if I could find my pants. Ayan. Okay, find it first. Ayan. And, try to wear a suit. I want to see a John Quinn with a suit. Diba? Kumusta na? Okay lang. Okay lang ikaw, Sherval. Kumusta? Six Love Dawn. Oh, I have 6 likes, guys. So I have 6 likes. If you can move it up, that would be awesome. Diba? And Yahoo Mega Love, shout out to everyone. Say hi to Sherval, guys. JQ with a suit. Diba? JQ, find that suit where it's like everything fits. And this is the only thing that's between Saturday and Wednesday. And guys, Sherbal Ayala, he's actually like his dream is like, IRL. He would go to places and streets and with a bike. Sometimes he would like share places around Metro Manila. So if you are into that, every Saturday and Wednesday, he's streaming. So please do check him out. And ayan, please welcome the colorful, diba? The colorful Mr.
Hello.
Brett.
I'll just keep my. Yeah, that's colorful too. But hi, Bruce. Hi, Lilibeth. Hi, puts on boots.
Yes, Brett. Thank you. So, how you doing, Brett?
I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm always tired, but I can't seem to get like enough sleep ever.
Do you feel like Brett? Do you feel like being, how do you call that? Like open today with me?
About what?
About I just remember.
What
is William saying? Like, what's William saying earlier?
I don't
Is
care
that
what he
Brett
says. I
Brett?
don't.
Or is that Brett that, like just same name, but that's not you?
That's not me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
but
okay.
people troll me on purpose. Yeah.
Lily has a demand. Diba? Ayan. It's not
show
a
my
demand.
face. You know what I look like.
Negative. Okay, one more time, Brett. Ayan. Let me see your shirt, Brett, because I didn't. Is that something that kind of like?
Shirt. Well, it's hard to see. I can. Yeah, it's.
Ooh, Red Rock.
Well, my mom went there like 2.5 years ago because I haven't been there, but you can watch concerts on YouTube from the amphitheater there, and it's in Colorado somewhere, and like by the Rocky Mountains or something. And that amphitheater is actually like the stage is like by Red Rocks, and the whole actual amphitheater that holds maybe, I don't know, like 2,000 people is all 3,000 people is all cut out of the Red Rocks in Colorado. So it has like a brownish red rocks in Colorado. And then you can watch like a bunch of concerts, like hundreds of people have played there.
So Brett, you're from Washington, right? So
yeah,
have
Washington
you ever
State. Well, that's where I live. I'm actually from Oregon, is where I was born.
Yeah. So have you ever been into the gorge?
Yes, I've been there once.
Oh
long
my.
time ago to see Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth when they toured together, which were both in Van Halen, and David Lee Roth hates Sammy Hagar, so I don't know how they toured together for like a month and a half, 2 months in the summer or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let's see. Matipid Lolo saying, I read a lot of your chats. Lot of flirting on the chat. StreamYard, shoot your shot. Mad respect for the brave.
Mm.
Okay, I don't understand that, Matipid ni Lolo. Why don't you come up and explain yourself? Oh, diba?
Gorgeous
Brett,
man.
we
Yeah.
are not trolling you.
Not
Like
you
the
guys.
Red Rocks, been there, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my mom went there and actually went to the park part of it, and then got a shirt at the gift shop. But yeah, it's my mom went there for a hiking trip. Is why she ever went there in the first place. And it was like a 7 day. I think it was like a 7 day trip, and you hike for like so many, like 4 or 5 miles. Well, you start in a cabin, you hike like 1 mile or like 4 miles or 5 miles a day or whatever it is, and then you go to another cabin and you do that for like 7 days in a row. So she hiked like 40 miles in 7 days. And this is when my mom was like 69 years old. So my mom's pretty fit. My mom does dragon boating for like maybe like 5 months out of the year. And then she goes on like 2 or 3 hikes every year, that are probably like 5, 7, 10 miles. And she works out sometimes. Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's why you like working out as well. Because your
No, I
mom
just
said,
started working out because I wanted to.
well, that's nice
And
too.
you can see the pull-up bar right there on my door. If you can see it
Yeah,
behind my head, that little pull-up bar right there.
that's good. That's good.
I only do 24. I'm not trying to get big or anything, but I've been doing them for like 8 years, and I've gained about 23 to 25 pounds of muscle in like 8 years of doing them.
Yes. So thank you guys on Twitch, by the way. Dykes, Felipe G, Ayan, and
No, John.
Cosmic. Yes. And is your mom a hippie?
No.
No. Okay. And would you like to join on the panel? How about you, Lily? Come up. Morning, yo,
Mm-hmm.
weebies. Natty.
Hey,
How
Natty.
about you, Natty? You want to come up, Natty? And now that's even better. So, what's the explanation of Stephen? Boots, traditionally, it's a stage theater designed to amplify volume from back before electronic
Mm-hmm.
sound amps. Ooh,
Yeah.
good. Nice.
There's tons of big artists that perform there too. But normally, bigger artists though would sell out that venue really fast because it's not super huge.
Ooh, and Master Uragan is here. Good morning, everyone. Say hi to Master Uragan, guys. Ayan. Kumusta, Master Uragon? So how about you, Brett? Like, for the most part of, because Washington is a very, very nice place when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
nature. So for the most part, in all of Washington, which is your favorite place? What is your favorite place in Washington?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably, well, Wenatchee, probably, if you know where that is.
Where? What? Say that again.
Wenatchee, it's a Native American name, but it's
Oh.
about 2.5 hour drive, like northeast of me, because you would go like kind of like you go up the Snoqualmie Pass, which is about an hour and a half away, and then drive about another maybe hour and 15, 20 minutes, and it's up there. That's where my dad's best friend and his wife live. And he has the nicest house there because you can see like 3/4 of Wenatchee from like his kitchen window, his living room, and then one of his upstairs rooms. You can see and so like one time when my brother went, my brother used to play slow pitch softball for like 20 years. But one time, this is like over 20 years ago, they went to play a tournament in Wenatchee, and then I went with my dad over there. This was when I was younger. I went over with my dad over there, and then my best friend's dad had a telescope, so we could actually see the hotel where my brother was staying, because he has that bit of a view, and it's pretty nice because you can see the Wenatchee River and the golf course, and it looks really nice when it's lit up. And it's a little different than the west side of Washington because it's like it's a little bit different terrain. It's hotter over there too. It's probably about, I don't know, 7-8 degrees hotter in the summer than it is here, and they get more snow than here too. They get like snow every year, probably at least 4 or 5 inches. Sometimes they get a foot and a half of snow, and it's pretty nice. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of nice places in Washington though, like a lot of places to hike and go camping and go fishing, and you can go to the ocean, but the ocean's not as warm as like most of Asia, because the Pacific Ocean, where Washington and Oregon are, is cold compared to even California. It's about 10 to 12 degrees colder than even California's ocean. I've been in both oceans at one time. I've waded in the Washington Ocean like when I was younger, and then I've actually inner tubed behind a boat in Mission Beach like 13 years ago.
Okay, hold on, Brett. I have to address this. They're making me laugh on the panel. No, because the thing is, so everybody knows Brett and I talk a lot, so we talked a lot. And the thing is with me, I talk a lot, and I know that for sure for myself. So to combat that, I don't want to be the person who just talk and doesn't know how to listen. So that's why I did open panel, is because I also want to practice the way I practice my interview on one, where I get to just shut up and let you talk. And Brett doesn't really usually go to panels anymore. So the thing is, just let him talk. For me, it's kind of like a break time, my break time right now. So
Yeah.
Brett.
But you know what about it is, though, the reason why I don't go on panels, there's a lot of drama on a lot of the panels. Just to say, so I don't want to go on.
Before we continue on the drama, Brett, Ayan, we have another one. Ayan, in the flesh, guys. Please welcome Matipid Lolo. Ayan,
hello, everybody.
Ayan, Matipid Lolo. Matipid Lolo, can you do the portrait?
Like this? Let me hold my phone straight. Is that better?
No, like portrait. Like this.
Like I don't know if you can do it now. You got to go down and come back up, I think.
I don't know how you do that. I'm not that tech savvy. I'm old.
Yeah. I think you got to go down and come back
you're
up.
Probably in portrait mode though. Probably.
But it's laptop, okay. So it's always portrait mode. Not portrait mode, but landscape.
Yes, landscape. I think it's in your setting phone. If you're on a lock mode portrait, you have to like auto rotate, then it would auto rotate it for you.
That's too complicated for me.
Right? So maybe next time, you should check out your settings, auto rotate, and then ask where is it. So next time it would be landscape.
I just came on to support you. I don't plan on being on many times.
I know, but I like to present my guests in a better way, like I like them, to kind of like space. If you are in the camera, might as well see the bigger picture.
Say, I'm just gonna be here for a little while before I go to the grocery store and buy a brisket. Cause I'm gonna smoke a brisket today.
Strike a pose, dude.
I don't care. I'm 58, so I don't care too much about my appearance anymore. My days of being young and sexy and trying to be good looking are over with.
I bet you have a lot of story to share, though. I bet.
Okay. But now I will give you my history, though. I was actually born in Korea. I'm half black and half Korean. My mother's Korean.
Ooh, Antoine. We have Antoine. Go on.
Oh, so for a while I was in the army. When I was in the army, I was stationed in Japan for like 3 years, then Germany for 3 years. Deployed a couple times. Then after I got out the army, I worked for Shell. Went to college and worked for Shell Oil Company. And while I worked for Shell Oil Company, I did economics. And I worked in America, Nigeria, and Canada for a while. And then in England as well. And then after I retired from that job, I worked for the government, for the Department of Interior for a while. So I was able to travel, to a lot of Indian reservations as we did Indian outreach. And just after that, I retired last February. I'm just enjoying life.
So what's the most recent adventure you had? Like you can share in public.
Oh well, I do have friends, and I do have family in the Philippines and in Korea, so I do visit them yearly. I also have friends that live in South America, so I think a few weeks ago I just went to Cartagena and came back. So
I
I do
have
travel a lot.
missed it in my brother's house when he spell it real. Brett. But I was asking if you do something that you cannot share with us because it's too personal, but it's adventurous. Can you wink? If there is one, can you wink?
Let me think what I did that was adventurous.
That you cannot share in
Okay,
public.
I'll tell you this, right? I did meet a I do know I did went to this year I went to Santo Domingo for the first time to go to some girls I met on YouTube, her birthday party. I didn't know anybody there, and we all rented a house and stayed at a house together. And then I just came back. I just went for the weekend and came back.
Mike, me talk, and this guy is great. I like him. He's cool from Bruce Davis. Ayan, for you, Matipid Lolo. Ayan.
I would just tell everybody, don't be afraid in life, because you only get to live life once.
Ayan. How about this? Ayan, Matipid Lolo, because you're in the panel, and Brett, I want to include Brett in this conversation. So, Brett is very popular in the YouTube world, and I'm pretty sure Brett has also, sometimes he would say something like, I don't want to talk about relationship talks or something. And Brett, I didn't really ask Brett what's behind all of this, but for you, what can you tell for not just Brett, but for all the younger generations of men out there that feels like they don't need a relationship and they're tired of relationship? What can you tell? Can you tell something or can you say something?
I will sit there and say this. People are not meant to be alone. So because of that, and I firmly believe that, right? I believe it's always meant, religiously for me and spiritually that you should always have a partner. So as a man, you should always seek the person. But the key is you just have to know as a man what you want. And once you know what you want, you just got to find a person that fits you out there. Because let me tell you, there's a million women in this world. And if you get with somebody, it's okay. If they don't fit you at first, it's okay. Just let them go. Move on to the next one. It's not that complicated. You know what I'm saying? If you fit with somebody, it's gonna fit naturally, and you're gonna have a good time. I just came, like I said, I went to a trip to Santiago. Some girl I met, and she wanted me to come out there. I went out there. We didn't necessarily click, of course, because we didn't click. I wasn't interested in sleeping with her, but it was still good. It was still a good trip. I met other people out there. Other people that said, "Hey, come back to Santiago and visit us." I still made friends. Right? And so, they want me to come out there, and I don't know if I go to Santiago and Dominican Republic, I always have a place I can stay at somebody's house for free. So, people are meant to have relationships. Just be friendly, outgoing, and the romantic part just falls in naturally if it's meant to happen. If it's not meant to happen, just find somebody else that's meant to happen with.
Mike is always throwing up something one-liner that's sometimes just like funny. You don't need to be alone if you have mirrors. Narcissistic much? Ayan. And of course, is Brett a passport bro? Just asking. No, because the thing is with passport bro, Bruce, and this is just what they told me because I had like a passport bro theme streamed back in the day. There's like a one passport, like legitimately proud to be a passport bro. And he told me this is for black people, the West that are black. I don't know if I said something bad. I hope I didn't. So that's what it means. So Brett is not part of that. But we also this is why I'm saying passport bros is not just a thing. It's been going on for a long time. It's just being coming out of light. But it's not something new. It's been going on for years now. Am I correct, Matipid Lolo?
I would say this, right? I know the guy that owns the trademark to the Passport Bros. I actually know him.
What?
Mhm.
Okay, so he
So how
trademarked it,
about
and there's a group that's called BMT, Black Man Travels, and they created Afro Passport Bros. However, also know a lot of white guys that also claim that they're Passport Bros. So I'm not exactly sure if it's a black thing or if it's just an American thing. The whole theme about it is supposed to be that you are supposed to go because they're tired of Western women, which by the way, I'm not. I like Western women too. I like all women.
Yeah.
yeah, good job. Good for you.
I like all women everywhere. But their theme is because Western women are too feminized that you're supposed to go overseas to find somebody. The only problem I have with Passport Bros is a lot of Passport Bros, they're going overseas and you may have for vacations and fun, but that doesn't necessarily lead to a long time commitment or relationship. And the whole idea is you're supposed to find somebody overseas to marry, have a relationship with, and build a family with.
So this is Antoine Lanceline that we're talking about. And we also have another one, Asian and half black. Not that I'm trying to kind of like put you, I'm just saying like there's more people out there than you think. You're the only person that's struggling, because we have a lot, especially if you're half. All half struggle the same thing, but I know everyone struggles different and so on and so on. But yes, this is what I'm saying earlier, Antoine Lanceline. So,
So,
Antoine, if you ever want to follow someone or kind of like have a talk, like a real deep manly talk, Matipid Lolo, I like what he's saying. Like I don't know his history, his life. I want to know if he walks the walk and talk the talk. But we'll definitely have a long, long time to getting to know Matipid Lolo. Am I right, Matipid? You're
I
gonna
would
stay
just say
with
this,
us,
right?
right?
I was born in the '60s,
Hmm.
and I'm half black and I'm half Asian. My mother's Korean, my father's a Black American. So that was way back in the '60s. My father married an Asian woman. And the second wife, I have another set of brothers. I have two brothers from my mother. Then I have two more brothers. My father in the '80s got married to a Filipino woman and lived in the Philippines till he just died. He died this year, but he lived in there from the '80s to now. So I mean, and that's been a long time, way before the term passport bros was coined.
Yeah, because I don't even know much other than what other people said. I don't even worry. I don't even follow the passport bros or deal with that crap. I think it's kind of nonsense. Like people make all these new terms and shit. Like,
Sure,
yeah, it's
but
just
it's
like
going on.
drizzle and all that crap too. Someone was talking about on a stream like a day and a half ago. Drizzle. I'm like, what the hell was that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. People make these terms up, but people tend to forget. Like there's like Tiger Woods, he's half black and half Asian. So
Hmm.
men going overseas and marrying women from other countries has been going on a long time, long
Yeah, been
before
going on for hundreds of years,
hundreds of years.
probably.
Yes,
Europe, people went to Asia and dated people and married people.
yes, it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, the
Oh,
passport book movement. I just think that the internet makes it more popular and it's things
Mhm.
that people want to talk about. That's all it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the same thing, that's why I said yesterday, I don't need to understand what drizzle or sprinkle is. It's like no offense meant, I like the conversation flow on the live stream yesterday, but personally, I just don't really want to know anything about that. It's like the same thing with pronoun. Like I avoid every fiber of my body. I avoid any discussion when it comes to pronoun, because it's like I cannot take that shit. It's like it's not, it's something irrelevant for me. I mean, you can do you, I can do me. Don't insist on things with me. Same thing with every little movement out there. And that's what I'm saying. That's why when I said to Antoine, if you want to follow somebody, learn something about life and ask questions, like if you cannot hear it from other people because we cannot relate on the problem, here we found Matipid, out of nowhere. Matipid is here. And he seems, for me, as far as I see him in the stream, the way he talks, the way he backs up the stories, the context of what he was saying, for me, For now, it might change next month. We will see. It depends on Matipid, But for now, totally, this is what a lot of men in this generation need. A real man who can spread wisdom in a positive light, not in a negative light. So good job for you, Matipid Lolo. Ayan, how about you, Brett? Do you want to answer that? Are you kind of equivalent of a passport bro? Do you think
No,
if you
I don't think
understand?
so. Just because I just don't want to have a relationship right now. It's my choice. I want to do what I want, when I want, how I want to do it, why I want to do it. Get up in the morning and I can throw my crap on the floor if I want, or do what I want. If you're living with a woman, you got to kind of always answer to her, and you got to check with her if you're going to go do something. And I'm like, I don't really need that right now. I like
Oh,
being independent.
yes. Bastardo! Mega love
Like,
shout out, baby. Ayan. Bastardo is one of Filipino very, very good singer. And one of the people that I also met a long time ago until now, still coming to ICEE Fit. So
hi,
thank you,
Vash.
Vash, if you're still there. Ayan. Say hello to everyone. And Graham says, love and marriage is for Hollywood movies. Ooh. Today's men need to invest in themselves and never enter into a contract where you can only lose. Any thoughts, guys?
I will say this, right? I've been married and divorced twice in my life. I've never lost in divorce. I've never lost in marriage. I mean, I hear stories of men that lose like all the money, but I've never been in that situation myself personally. But I've always married women that are my financial equal. So they made just as much money as I did, and so the divorce has always been amicable, and we just kept our own assets.
Mhm. Right.
I just think that if you marry your peer, if you marry your socioeconomic peer, that you don't really have much to lose financially.
Mm. So this is the thing. I've heard this many times, and I've always say this, and I cannot back this up because obviously there's a lot of factors that I'm still missing to the pieces of what I'm thinking and pondering about. But whenever these things arises, like for example with Graham, right? It became such like a contract where you can only lose. I understand how much it's totally like fucked up in America when it comes to your marriage law or however you call it, right? But this is what I'm saying. It's so easy, and yet there's so many people complain, but don't do their own thing to change it. Like individually, if I'm a very kind of like successful man, I'm a bachelor, I will never marry, period. Just know. Because, like if I know, and if that's true, if a contract is I can only lose, I won't marry, or I'll probably marry. But then, if it failed, which relationship is a gamble, then that's life. I fucked up. Somewhere along the way, I got fucked up. But that's the thing. If you're rich, I think, for years and years of how many gold diggers are fucking up all of the whatever, is like there's blueprints right there. Why can't you just avoid it? It's very easy, and yet people just don't understand these little things, which makes me like, how stupid are you? Like I don't understand. So I'm not saying I'm not stupid. I'm stupid at a lot of things as well, but these little things that it's like people always blame it on social media. For one, you're the one who click it.
Mm-hmm.
The social media didn't told you to click me, download me. Didn't say
Yeah,
that.
you can go to social
There's no
media
in
and watch the
person.
videos.
Exactly. You're the one who's, feeding this, feeding on it. Same as
Mm-hmm.
trolls, same as basher. You want to be on YouTube, it's public. Oh, voila. You surprised? you know, these are little things. So if you know for yourself that you're not going to be prepared for these little things, then just don't do it. Just don't. You know, I don't know, but that's just me. But that's just me.
I like to give some context, right? When people say that marriage is a contract, that's not 100% true. What normally occurs is there's a mathematical formula that has to do with child support.
Mm.
So they look at if you make $1 million and your wife has no job, they still want your child to have $1 million lifestyle. So they're going to take money from you to allow that child to have the same lifestyle that child had with you. So when your divorce occurs or child support occurs, then yes, that's a consequence of it. But the reality of it is that men just have to be smarter, and you have to be careful who you make a child with. That's your decision whether you make a baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the accountability. That's what
Yes.
I'm saying. The accountability of human beings right now is just, I can't. You know, just
Right.
even thinking about it, it's just non-existent. It's just non-existent. And I'm not saying I'm good, perfect at every, mistakes I've had and be accountable. For the most part, I would say yes, because I don't want to go through that again. So I'm very accountable, because accepting you fucked up is the first step to actually don't fucked up again. But if you cannot swallow that pride, swallow that you've made a mistake and be accountable on those mistakes, then you're gonna go through with that again
Mm-hmm.
until
They do the same thing over and over again.
Exactly.
A lot of people do the same thing over and over again. Like even in YouTube, they say one thing and then
Again.
do something else, and then apologize and do something else again, or do the same thing over and over.
So with you, Matipid Lolo, because as you've said, you're already old, you don't really give a shit, blah blah blah. For you, like, what is the most applicable in this day, in this generation, that you can bring, like how you brought up back in the day, that is not existent right now, but you want to bring it back just because?
I don't think I'm not a person that looks backwards, because the backward already happened. I'm a person that looks at what's going on right now and look forward. The only time you look backwards is to learn something. Okay, so in America, I would say this: in the '90s, we had welfare reform, because prior to the '90s, they did not force men to be child support. When they had welfare reform, America passed a law and said you will pay child support. They made a mathematical formula, so everybody knows the law and knows that if you make money, if you make a lot of money and you make a baby with somebody that has no money, you're going to pay a lot of money in child support. So as a man, knowing that, knowing what the future is, you just have to be responsible and own your decisions. If you decide to have unprotected sex and get her pregnant, you know you're going to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, if you know that you don't fight for custody of that child, and if she has 100% custody, you're going to pay even more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are all decisions. You can't sit there and say, well, hey, that's the current situation. That's what's occurring right now in America. That's what's going to occur going forward. So you have to make a decision, hey, do I want to have these children or not? And if you have children, nothing wrong with that. Just be prepared to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people just have kids, and they go, oh, damn, now I can't take care of it.
Yes. That's all I'm just saying is that, go forward, just be responsible and own your actions. There are men. I went to the Philippines. I was talking to this guy, and he's in the Philippines, and he has 6 kids by 6 different women. I'm like, man, that's a lot of kids. He was my age. He was like older than me. He was like 65, and he just had 6 kids. All his kids are under 8 years old. I'm like, why would you have that many kids with so many different women?
Expensive.
Well, he doesn't take care of them.
Oh, he doesn't.
Also,
Yeah,
another
that's sad.
thing is when it's all about like, I want to have like my own. This is also another thing that I'm trying to come up. Like, how can I express this with men in a way that you won't feel attacked, right? Because sometimes, when you think about it, a lot of these men in the mainstream keep talking about, like, I don't want to date single mother, blah blah blah. You know how it happens when a person is, that's why we have men like this, because they're from a single no father figure. And I was like thinking, well, you're the problem. Because people like you are the ones who doesn't date the single mothers who makes it another cycle again and again. But you're a product of a single mother, which should probably make it more understandable that it doesn't have to be biological. Man only needs a father figure. And that's pretty much very, very important in any boy's life. It doesn't have to be your biological kid. It does. That's why we have community back in the day. And if you think about it, that's pretty like what's going on YouTube. Anywhere you go, there's community because community matters. If there's no real father or like, things, someone will replace it. There's nothing like that anymore. Like old people were pretty much like, go away. They have no value to kids nowadays, which makes me like, no, they have value because they have a lot of wisdom, things that you will never understand because you've never been there, you've never felt it, but you can have a glimpse of it because of their stories. And these are the cycle that sometimes it just really makes me so weird out. Like, what's going on? Like complaining too much, ranting too much, does that gonna make anything go away? People has, it's like, I don't understand. Like someone, please let me understand these things going on. Am I just being out? Am
I
I
think
staying too much in my own bubble? Is that the deal?
no. I think there's a saying in America that says you could bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Mm.
Meaning that you can offer somebody everything, but you can't force them to take it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a young man or a young woman and I don't want to hear what you have to say, there's no sense of you trying to pass on wisdom or try to give me your life lessons because they're not ready to receive it. See, for you to pass on your knowledge, you have to find somebody that wants it. If they don't want it, just keep on going and enjoy your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference, right? You have some old people that say, "Oh, I know it all. I'm going to teach you," but you can't teach somebody that doesn't want to be taught. So it has to be a combination of both. You have to find an older person that wants to mentor and wants to pass on wisdom, and you have to find a younger person that's seeking that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Every relationship is a two-way thing. It can't just be one way.
No, and that's what I'm saying about the lack of respect with wisdom. It's all about like who's popular, all the superficial. Like you can hear this alpha, beta, like they're all beta.
No.
Like
There
have
was
to prove.
a
It's like
guy named Kevin Samuels,
yes,
right? I don't know if you ever heard Kevin Samuels.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
Kevin
He
Samuels came.
is the grandfather.
Yes, but this is what he said though. He said, "Look, I went through life. I married a woman with kids. I was a stepfather. All these
Mm-hmm.
things right here led to me my mindset that I have right now. See, because he sat there and said, I learned from these are the mistakes that I made, and this is what I learned, which is why his message was was easier for people to deal with. It's like me. I've never been a drug addict, so I can tell you in theory what it is like. But the best drug addict counselors are former addicts themselves who actually lived that life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it is when you find a mentor or somebody you want to learn from. You just want to be sure it's not all theory versus learning them. It's like when you go to university, a professor tells you this is how you make $1 million, but the reality, he never made $1 million. He's just teaching you what he read in a book. It's better to find a millionaire who actually did it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's so easy to understand. And that's why I'm saying that's why I'm so not irritated. Like just how you see why men are men nowadays is like the sense of that. The sense of like you are older than me. You have this. Like they're actually looking what you already got. And then like trying to get something, wisdom from you. But now, no. Unfortunately, how I see it is like these guys are following guys that all this, but you can see the life. It's so chaotic. What's alpha with that? Nothing. It's like the I don't get it sometimes, and it's like, like, stop going onto stream. And for me, I don't see it in my own bubble. I see it more because I'm a YouTuber, so I get to kind of like, get the glimpse of what's really out there and who I am interacting with. And if I'm interacting with outside my bubble, I hear this constantly, and it's like, who do you follow? Like, do you follow people who just say and repeating people that really had it tell you, or you're actually following the people that already is there, that has done this, have something to prove? Because being a man, you have to prove something, and that's just what it is. Unfortunately, to be a man, it's a part of, what you have to do in life. Just like as women, we have to bury some things that we have to do to basically prove our worth. It's a thing, you can't
Well,
hide it. You just have to basically live with it.
well, I see. I think that's the difference, right? A lot of
Mhm.
people go to social media to find people that affirm the belief. So,
Mhm.
rather than have someone challenge the belief, they're looking for people that affirm the belief. And because of that, that's what they're finding. The validation is that, hey, I found 20 guys that believe the same thing that I did, so I know my belief is correct. And that's what they really go to social media for, because they don't want to be challenged and they don't want to grow. They want someone to affirm it so that I can just stay the way I am, because the rest of the world is wrong. Because all these people on social media agree with me that's the way it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, if you are a constant person who cannot really take to be disagreed with, that's why I said, you can actually learn a lot about a person by actually having a conversation with them. If you cannot have a healthy conversation with a person, you're always wanting to prove you're right, then I always find it there's something wrong with you. Because if
Yeah,
you
but
do, you're not gonna stay in your narration, and I don't have to, like, I have to kiss your ass the whole time. Nah, not for me. I cannot do that.
I don't know if you're familiar with the term group. It's called group think. If I get 10 guys that all agree with me, let's say I get 10 guys that sit there and say, okay, I found a community of men that sit there and say, all Japanese women are bad. Now, there's no reason for me to go to Japan. There's no reason for me to learn for myself, because I just found 10 other guys that agree that all Japanese women are bad. So it's not even worth the effort. It's
Mhm.
just an easy way. It's the easy way out a lot of times. If I can just find other people that agree with me, it's okay. Rather than the true person that's an individual, they're just going to find it for themselves. They're going to listen to you. See, that's fine, but I'll form my own opinion. It's easier to go with the group opinion versus your own opinion.
Mhm. Or go talk to one, or just go talk to a
Correct.
Japanese people that they're all over the world.
And it's just easier because it's easier to already go with the belief that you already believe. Because now you got enough people to affirm it for you, and they all
Mhm.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard and Shooting Star. Bruce, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're liking, guys. Ayan. Sorry, guys, if I cannot keep up with the chat. I am reading them. Ayan. It's a very, very good discussion. ICEE. I love this kind of deep discussion, like a healthy discussion. Ayan. But yes, it's like that. And Chasing Tail Outdoor says, let's go back to caveman times. Oh, diba? Ayan. I see fit. And from Timmy, I learned a lot about a person, and I start to run when they started talking how good person they are, and their exes are all
X.
bad. Yes, that's one. So is this a good analogy? Because I kind of like, well, this is pretty known now. It's already in the mainstream. But growing up, I always find it like, if a person badmouth you, like, for example, if someone badmouth somebody in front of me, I have my guards up so high already, because it already kind of like makes me feel like, that's why I said social skills is very, very important, y'all.
Mhm.
And another one, another deep thinker. I don't know Matipid Lolo if you ever, met this person on camera, but please welcome Sir Galaan. Diba? Dito tayo, Brett.
Hello,
Brett,
everyone.
right here on that.
Hi, Panoy.
Matipid Lolo.
Hello,
It's
how are
nice to
you?
see you. Doing great. Still
Thank.
standing.
Did you make it to the movie star yet?
No, I pass on.
So it was a very interesting story that you shared. It's very insightful as to who you are. I appreciate you for sharing your story.
Oh, my pleasure. It's 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 nice to share sometimes.
Sure. It allows people to get to know you on a more intimate level.
I agree with that. And yeah, sometimes something's good, something is sometimes kind of yes,
Yes,
not completely.
it can be uncomfortable because it makes you more vulnerable, but it's okay though.
Yes, it's true. I don't care much. I don't care much about many things. Like what I care is today and perhaps of tomorrow.
You
That's
see,
enough.
he agreed. Don't look at the past. Only care about today and tomorrow. See, he's a smart man.
Yeah, and this,
Exactly. I
and
don't
this
care
is
about
what I'm
what's past.
saying. This is what I'm saying, Matipid Lolo. Is like it's so easy to understand the secrets and the keys to life, but just listening and kind of like trying to come up with different stories and ideas. And it's like that's how I see people. It's like, for example, Sergi is very successful in marriage. Now I'm gonna listen to his story. What else did you do with your life? Blah 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 blah. And then I would find another one that is successful. And then I would have that kind of mentality. And then I'll put them together, all of these people. What's the common denominator? And then I'll try that for myself. And if it works, good for me. If it doesn't work, try again. That's just how life is. So it's always kind of like amazing to me, especially if you're an adult, if you're 25 years old and above, and you still cannot get your shit together when it comes to this emotional stuff. It's like, I mean, I have all the empathy and sympathy for you. That's why I have IC Fit channel, is because I want to guide you through that, because I've been there, and I was guided with a lot of people behind me, and now I'm passing it on you guys. So that's just how I see community, how I see us here. And that's why I always like Sergi, because he gives something to the table that I will never even think about in a million times. Stuff like that. And you're
Even
additional. All of you guys are additional, of course, to ICFIT. So don't get me wrong about that. Everyone, every single one of you.
but some
Yeah.
of them are grossy. But I don't care, I don't care. When I talk straight. I don't care people who find it difficult or grossy. As much as they can learn something out of, I don't care. They can, they can digest it sometimes after a couple of days, but they can turn back and, oh, he's saying something which is, valuable. Like I get, I got some community posts comment. It's like how many years ago it was. I went to one of a community live cast. I think it was more than 2 years ago. And after one of the viewer find me on YouTube as well because I did promote my channel. And after that, somebody just comment on the community post that I did, and it was not something that I was really feel bad about the comment, but I delete it for the sake of I'm I'm scared that maybe my wife or my mom could read the comment. But at the end of the day, when I tried to to think deeper than that, I think I understood some people. They cannot digest what those things I can digest, or whatever I can accept. It's everyone's, not piece of cake to have.
So I have this question for you guys. Ayan, also in the chat below. So we're all on the stream, and even if we don't have a channel, Matipid Lolo, this is pretty much kind of like a daily skill that I feel like everyone should have, including me. So when we talk about like saying some things like this, we are saying our opinions, telling our stories. How much of it you think should be given into a consideration when I meant to say is like people always say, I'm gonna say this because this is what I want to say, blah 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 blah. But then things fall apart eventually. So I don't know how to put it in a very good wording because I'm still trying to get this in my head as well. Like, why are people saying this? But then when they get a backlash, they can't handle it.
They get
So what
defensive.
do you
Yeah.
know about this kind of like, booming culture of like free speech, supposedly? Any thoughts on that?
I don't
Well,
like it. I don't like people like that. To tell you the truth, I'm not friends with people that are like that. So, just that's all I got to say. Like, people that are judgmental and won't take constructive criticism and don't value your opinion, get out of my life.
I think that's one of my boss before.
I've had bosses
one
like
of my
that too.
boss.
I've had a few like that. I told one to f off and I walked out of the job literally because I couldn't take the BS anymore.
So how about you, Matipid Lolo?
I think that it depends. Right? You have to determine what your purpose is. Now, I believe this right here. And I don't mean love romantically. I mean love on a spiritual level, right? If me and Sergi are friends, and I love Sergi and Sergi loves me, he values our friendship. Then anything I say, he knows that I said it with the best of intentions. I'm not trying to hurt him. That's just my truth. Now, I may not agree with his truth, but because he respects me and he loves me as a friend, he's going to hear what I have to say, and I'm going to do the same for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if there's nothing really there, it's not true. Well, then that person only wants you around because they want you to boost them up and tell them what they want to hear. That's the difference. So you have to evaluate your relationship and say, is this a real relationship, or am I there just to make them feel good and push them up and help the ego out?
You think about it, Matipid Lolo, this is what I'm saying. It's so common sense. It's so common sense.
Sure.
And why still people complaining? Why still people ranting? Is it just me? Am I tripping? Why can't people think about this?
Because they don't really value your opinion. They don't want your opinion. They want you just to boost their ego. There's a difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
but
There are
it's
people who are
like,
like that.
There's a
like
lot of
this
people
is
like
for me at a very young age. This is why I have hard time making friends. Is because I don't like friends that do that. That
Yeah, but
only tell me what I want to hear. That only tell me blah blah blah. Same narration. I like different. Like if you look at my friends, I have deep. Like you wouldn't even know that I'm friends with this because it's not anything of my image, but I am. Because for me, I value the person who's
the
the
character of
person
the person. Yeah.
I am in a relationship with.
well, I do agree with everyday part of life, right? You have to be careful who you're talking to. You have to realize what kind of relationship you have. If I just know you from work and we're just work friends, I can't tell you what I really feel, what I really believe, because it might hurt your feelings. But if I'm really good friends with you and like my brother or some of my family, I can tell you exactly how I feel because you're going to accept.
Mm-hmm.
You'll receive that from me because we have a different type of relationship than somebody I have that I just know at work.
Exactly with that.
Mhm.
I agree with that. You have to know how much deep is the relationship between the two of you, because
Yeah,
back those days when I was still working, I have met people who are far beyond from how I live my life, but they accept me and we become friendly. We travel together, and one thing that I did is that that friendship end up because I've been true to them and tell them exactly what I have to tell. I haven't thought that that friendship that they are giving me was not that deeper. After saying the words that I said to them, the friendship was gone forever because I've been very true friend with them. But it's just like for them, I was one of the decoration in their
exactly.
life.
And because of that, they don't want to hear the truth from you
No.
because you're
Exactly,
just a decoration in their life.
it's true.
That
I
that
have
that's the truth
that.
of it.
Well,
Mhm.
well it's kind of good thing to happen, and it's kind of good thing that sometimes we don't understand much of can I say friends that we have.
Yes,
Perhaps we are close to them, but the deep connection with the friendship, that how we understand how they value us, right? They giving us this much of value, like a true friendship, or just a friend to talk when they need somebody to talk to, or someone to be there for them when they need somebody to listen, right? And when you speak out what you wanted to say, or whenever you want to react on what they said, is sometimes they cannot accept, and it's just like it ends from there.
That's on them though. So you can't control what they do, you know. So that's on them. If they want to do it that way and react that way, that's on them. And then if they keep doing that like a few times, and I wouldn't be friends with a person like that anymore. I'd be like, sorry, I don't want to be around it. Just like I had a friend when I was in high school that he would call me, and I hung out with him like 3 or 4 times. I actually at his house and played video games with him and shit. And then when I wanted to do something, he would always make an excuse why he couldn't do it. And I go, you don't do much, dude. You just sit at home after school and blah blah blah, or like on the weekends and play video games. And then when I wanted to do something, he wouldn't do it. So I was like, I just ended the friendship. I didn't talk to him anymore because he wanted all for him and not for the both of us and the friendship. He was selfish about it, in my opinion.
Yes,
Yeah.
and before that, before you continue that, Brett, I am please welcome Ayan. Bruce is here.
Hey, what's going
There you
on?
go.
Hi,
Bruce.
Bruce.
hey
Hey,
Bruce,
what's up?
how are you?
Hey,
I'm good. I'm
Bruce.
good.
Your audio is not very good.
Is your audio fine?
Is my
Try
what?
testing it out, Bruce.
It's
Test,
quiet.
test, test. Audio,
I,
audio.
I have this kind of thing before, when I was a teenager. When I was teenager, I was in high school. Uh, I met a young man like me who was a completely different world from what kind of world was I'm living. My mom was a maid to the next house, and the next house was the mayor house. And the mayor has one son and one daughter. When I was in first year high school, I met him because I was always at the beach side. They have a house in front of the beach, and I always stay next to that house because the green part of the beach was in front of their house. Then after that, I become close to the son of the mayor. I was become close to him, and he was able to encourage me to transfer to another school, uh, to another school, uh, after on my secondary high school. After the next school year, I transfer. And then what happened is that I think he was that very nice person. My mom and of course his father was a mayor. Her mom was also known, and knowing that my family or my mom was a maid next to their house, they think that I would be a very nice friend for their son. Well, it was true. I'd been very nice friend for their son, and I become one of their, one of their, how you say it, decoration as well, okay, like a decoration for their son's, figure, that, oh, his son has four friends, and they always come, every Saturday. I clean their garden, I pick up all the grasses and everything, and I was able to encourage him to help me to pick up, to pick up those grasses growing in their yards. And his father become very happy for that. And after that, um, we got into another kind of world, like very different, because he was really spoiled brat. And sometimes he made mistakes, and I said it's my mistakes, just to cover him up. Most of the time, I was able to save his us from his father, because if he did something like, we try to we are just like, I think I was 13, 14 this year, and motorbike. We are always trying to run away this motorbike of his father. Sometimes one summer day, we go to another island by not speedboat, how I like bangka. What is small boats? Bangka. We go to one of the island and stay there for a couple of days together with other teenage like us. And it was the last time after that I was being around with him and his original community. I couldn't say that I was part of this friendship. I couldn't agree that I was part of this, teen group, because what happened to that like a holiday was not completely me, or not completely what I love to do. You know what I mean? And after that, I never been in their house. I've never been around to that neighborhood where my mom is working. Normally, I go there every weekend to ask every houses if I can clean their gardens. You know, I was too afraid to be in their community. And one day his father came around and I couldn't say any words. Just I don't want to be, you know. And after that, many years later on, when he become like counselor of the province where I came from, he remembered me, and he said that, "Oh, I was really sorry for that. What happened? What we did? What goes on that holiday?" And I was very happy that you are the same person that what I met when we were teens. Um, Sometimes, why I want to share this is that sometimes there are changes that uh, it is possible to hug. There are changes that it's really impossible to hug or to embrace, because it's not completely who you are, no matter what. As a poor young boy, or as a poor person who been exposed to this kind of community, it's such a good opportunity in this kind of circle of people, because they always go and bring something like that. But my God, knowing this kind of people like this was such an open eye, uh, blessing for me. And at the end, I was completely happy that I keep going with my life. It's sometimes difficult, to be around with the people who you don't belong to, to try to have some changes. Changes is not for everyone, right?
And by the way, to all the chat, ayan, to all the people in the chat, thank you, guys, ayan, and to the Twitch, Neil and Blow Me 5, ayan, mega love shout out to you. He says, unfortunately, I broke up with my girl yesterday, who was also Filipina, so seeing the stream hurts. Oh, why does seeing the stream hurts, ayan? But yes, so guys, so with all of the struggles in your life, I know, Ayan, you have so many stuff to say. But Bruce, let me hear your audio, Bruce. Can I hear your audio?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, Ayan.
Yeah.
So any thoughts, Ayan? What are you ranting about, Bruce? No, I'm just joking. I'm
Well,
just
ranting about
joking.
nothing.
Nah, I'm just joking. So anyways, Bruce, so what's going on with you? Like anything that you want to share as of recent?
No, I just want to come up and say
Anything that you
hello.
have an epiphany? An epiphany of something that you learn?
Anything I've learned. Uh, let's see. What have I learned? Stay away from, stay away from negative people.
Okay, so I'll pass this question to Matipid Lolo, Ayan, and Brett. Ayan, the two other ones. Ayan, so when it comes to negative, as like from then till now, Matipid Lolo, is there anything that you think that this generation is lacking? That's why they don't see the signs of negative people. Can you share any wisdom?
I will say this, right? Just for me. I believe each generation is different because the world changes over time. You know, when I was in the 80s, it was very when I was 80s and I was a young man, the world's very different than it is now. The internet didn't even exist. There's no such thing. I seen the internet come into play in the early 2000s. There's no such thing as YouTube. The world is a much smaller place. I remember that before when we used to travel overseas, you had to call a travel agent to buy your tickets, and you only go to hotels. I seen the evolution of Airbnb. I mean, the world just changes. So I don't look at any generation as being bad. I just look at each one. They just change with the world as time changes. And I've seen people that have not changed with the world. My mother's 86 and it's really hard for her to deal with things because she wants to go to the bank and use a bank book and she doesn't know how to use a computer or anything. And I just feel like as an older person, I'm 58 now, as an older person, you just have to change with the world as well, or you get left behind. So it's not that the old generation is better. They just experience a different life and they have to stay up or to get outdated. And I feel like the younger generation, they have to realize, like I remember this when I was like 18 or 20 and old people would drive real slow. I would get so angry. I say, man, look at them just stop the flow of traffic. But now I realize they need time to catch up. So let old guys like me catch up a little bit. Have a little patience for me.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to change somebody that's in their mid 80s. It's just impossible. They didn't. You know what I mean?
It is.
You can't change it. You can try to show them and teach them, but in reality, they're living in their own world and how they've lived. They're not going to change the way they've lived for 86 years. That's just life. Obviously, you try to help them and try to, hey, this is an easier way. Try to show them and teach them, and if they just say no, just okay.
And that's what I learned to do, Bruce. I've just learned that you have to accept people for who they are, and if it doesn't agree with you, unless they're your family, you can always not to choose to have a relationship with them. You can say, oh,
Yeah.
this is not for me.
You can go, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Exactly.
Or I don't want to be around you anymore.
I did want to say something when you were talking earlier. Okay. When any of us men or women get into any kind of sort of relationships or anything with people. The one thing that I learned and accept to this day is that just because you're with somebody or you get with somebody, all right, if you choose to be with that person and that person doesn't choose, eventually doesn't want you, you got to accept that. But if you do things like help or anything, that's on you for doing that. You make the choice, okay? Just like I did several times. When I chose to help, I helped. I can't be mad at anybody else because I was the one that said, yes, I will help you and I will give this to you. All right. So if I blame her or somebody else because I chose to do that, then I'm wrong because I'm the one that said yes. I made the choice to say yes. It's not her fault. She didn't ask or whatever. It's my choice to say yes or no.
And Bruce, I agree with you. But at least you're being accountable for your decisions instead of blaming them on somebody else. And I always respect that you're accountable and you own your own decisions.
And this is what I'm talking about, because I've always say this, and sometimes a lot of men, I like don't pretend, because sometimes you would come up with this man that, because I talk like this, I open my mouth like this, and all of that stuff. I'm aggressive when I talk, I'm passionate when I talk. Sometimes people mistaken it for I'm attacking somebody. It's not.
Being rude to them, yeah.
Especially when you're in my stream, I always say this. I feel like I'm a broken record. You don't have to agree with me. We can always disagree. But this is what I'm saying. When it comes to being accountable, I do give a leeway with people that sometimes when it's painful, your first human kind of like behavior, like human, like automatic, is to blame other people. But that should change, because rather than blaming other people, rather than thinking what happened or what got wrong, it's like look inward. What did you do to make this happen like this? Because you wouldn't be in a position, or we wouldn't be in a position, if we didn't say yes to it, whether we are willing or not willing, because we are there. So some part of it, you have to understand accountability is a bitch for a lot of people because it take a lot of balls and guts. And sorry if you some people are not used when I curse. I curse a lot, guys. Sometimes I cannot filter it. Sometimes I can filter it, but you have to
Curses
get
like a
used to
sailor
it,
sometimes.
especially if you're in my stream. But I'm saying, practice the accountability. It's gonna just for 1, 2, 3 times it's gonna be hard because you have to swallow your pride. You have to accept you're being stupid, you've been dumb. But all of us are dumb, in one aspect, in one way, we are dumb about something. So just just take a break. Don't think you're the only person who lives in this world, and just be happy. Like Matipid Lolo, he said he is old, but he doesn't look old, especially when he smiles. Maybe it's the genes, he has the Asian and the black gene, two things that they mix together. It's like a limited age.
Yeah.
Actually,
Never get old.
let me tell you, right? I'm 50% Asian, 30% African, and the other 20% is actually European because it's Caucasian.
See?
So I'm actually a mixture of all three. But I consider myself black though. That's how I identify myself, and that's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. Well, good for you, because sometimes it's so hard with a lot of half, because even though you're comfortable saying I'm this, sometimes if you're not, that's what Sir Galaan, Sir Galaan was saying earlier. If you don't have that firm belief of who you really are, then you're gonna be all over the place. And I've always said this, I, for whatever reason, just thank gods if they exist, because they give me that, that heart of like It doesn't matter if you're the only person who says this is the right thing, like 10 against 1. If you feel it, I feel it, I'll fight for it till the end. That's just who I am. But the thing is, you have to balance it with being humble in information, because we don't know shit at the end of the day. So that's what I'm trying to get better at myself, is trying to listen, even though this point of view is so stupid. I'll try to listen to it just because maybe there's a point. Just try it out, just try it out. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to get better at. So I can see the more, the beauty of life, rather than just limit myself to this. I can see more.
And I would like to say that, you, Bruce, myself, we're all different generations. But I don't think it's about generations. I think about whether or not it's like you said, how much personal accountability do you take for yourself in your own life? Because you have older people who take no accountability and they blame everybody else. You have younger people that take no accountability and blame everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
if
not
you
a generation thing.
right, it's about an accountability thing. If you take accountability for yourself, you can control your own life because then you make your own life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make choices, you make the choices yourself. So
Exactly.
when you make the choice to say yes, I'm gonna do this. Okay, yes, I'm gonna be with you. But if they turn around and somebody says, "Hey, we're not that," you got to accept. And it took me a while, but blaming is something that's human. It happens. We blame, but we don't look at what we do.
Correct.
And I know, like my father, he always told me, it's like there's two sides to a story, and you can't sit here and blame something, right, when you're not taking your own actions. What did you do? And I heard that growing up for years. All right, you don't blame people because all it's going to do in the end is it's about me, and it's like screw you. It's always your fault. It's always somebody else's fault. But in the end, in reality, it's your fault because you put yourself in that position.
Timmy, arigato, Timmy. Ayan, sorry.
Are we going to take you shopping in the kids section? Are we going to take
If
you
you're
shopping
such
in
a
the kids
bother
section?
to your writings. Yes?
I see.
Go
Are we
on,
going
go
to
on.
take you shopping in the kids section?
What? Say that
Are we
again?
gonna Are we going to take you shopping in the kids section?
Or are you gonna take me to shopping in the
In
kids
the kids
section?
section, yeah, because you're small.
Or as long as you guys are going to pay for it, why not? I step 3 steps away from me, okay? I'm kidding. I'm kidding, okay?
I don't want to interrupt, but I have to go buy my brisket. So I really enjoyed your show.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on. But I have to get my barbecue started.
Yeah, and enjoy your
It takes
brisket.
10 hours to cook.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Nice
Mate.
All right.
to you.
Nice meeting everybody. Have a
Yeah,
nice
Sure.
day.
That's so
brisket is good.
nice.
You gotta cook it like at least 10 hours.
Then there's 4. So before that, but guys, I want to thank a lot of people on the chat. You guys are amazing. Obviously, you guys doesn't know how much you bring, spice in my life. Spice for my, continuing brain that doesn't stop thinking. You feed that. So thank you to everyone. So Brett, how about you, Brett? Do you ever? You will not be accepted, so do it first. You will be accepted. From Big 1R, Ayun. So, but anyways, so what I was saying earlier. So for you, Brett, for however long you've in ICEE Fit, and also with Bruce, and to all the people in here right now, what are the things that you think having a community like this, whether it's your own or not your own, but a part of, what does it bring to your life right now? And I want you guys to all answer that. And Speedy Gonzalez, I'm enjoying Icy Kitchen. Graham, thank you a lot for all of the comments as well. Graham and Steven, Have
cheese
a
a lot.
wonderful day.
Speaking of
So,
those.
got back to you guys. Ayan. So,
Mhm.
first off, Brett.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, YouTube is a thing where I went to YouTube and I didn't know I could make like real friends, but I've actually met just like not in your community, but other communities. I've met like two people in real life that I'm friends with on YouTube. And I met one last year and I met one like two and a half, 3 years ago. I can't remember. It was in August, and it's just amazing. You can go on like the internet and meet people from like I've met people from the Philippines, a bunch of people from the Philippines, people from like United States, the other states, United States, all over the world, and it's pretty awesome because you wouldn't get to meet a lot of these people, or I wouldn't meet any of them if it wasn't for YouTube. Like 95% of these people I met from YouTube, and some of these people like Pinoy and some of the other people like admin I met from your stream and a few other people like Philippe from your stream, but I met Bruce, I think on my stream. It was like a long time ago. It was in like beginning of February when I used to stream. I met him on my stream. So that like in 4 years ago, like in the second or third week of, I think it was on my stream. Maybe it wasn't, but I know I met him like in beginning of February.
Okay, so Brett, follow-up question, and this is the last question. So, do you think it made you happier, or do you feel like there's a lot of things that you need to kind of like change so that you can achieve whatever goal you have set on for yourself?
Sometimes it makes me happy, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you don't want to go to a stream where there's drama all the time. It does bring anybody down. Like there's a lot of streams that I don't go to anymore. I stopped going to like a few because they're drama half the time. And I don't need that. And like so sometimes I go, and don't go on YouTube that much because people think I'm on YouTube all the time. Like yesterday, I was only on YouTube like maybe an hour, 2 hours total or something, or maybe a little more than that. But I was for like 6-7 hours. I was barely even on YouTube. I was at my brother's
But
doing my laundry.
overall, it's a positive or a negative, or do you
It's
want to
more,
do
it's a little more of
for
a positive than a negative, but there's always gonna be negative because there's always negative people in the world, and the invention of the internet makes the more negative people come out because they can sit behind a keyboard and say whatever they want. And there's no repercussions. And then my thing is YouTube allows people to make multiple accounts. Like if you give somebody death threats on YouTube, you should not be able to allow to make another account. If you actually stalk somebody on YouTube, you should not be allowed to make another account. But YouTube will block the account and then do nothing about it. They can just make another account like a few minutes later and come back.
Hey, Brett. I've always told you, man, over the years that I've known you, like, there's going to be people that don't like you. There's going to be people that don't like me. There's going to be people that don't like ICEE. Like, we can't control what other people do. All you can do is either block them, report them, do whatever.
Mhm.
But again, you gotta put yourself in the right. You got to put yourself in the right situation with people. Okay.
Let's go to you, Bruce. Bruce,
Yeah.
can you hear me? Let's go to you. So this is my question for you. For all the years of you on your YouTube, your journey on YouTube, how much of it right now can you say to yourself that you are accountable for this when it comes to YouTube?
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm accountable for, stuff I've done, or things I've said, or yeah, obviously. And I've always came out, I've always came out and, apologized for stuff that I did. And if anybody can remember, all right, and I've done this for years. If anybody can remember when I was on Wishy's channel and me and Dave got into it, because I generalized a group of people of a certain age, right? I didn't realize that I was generalizing everybody, even though the people that knew I was generalizing 2 people. But I wasn't, but how it came out, I generalized a whole people in their age. Okay. And obviously, I felt bad for what I had said to him. So I did. I came out. I was accountable. I've always been that way. I'm an honest person. If I mess up, I will come out here. There's a lot of people have known me for years that know that, you know, that I've always been accountable for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to change just because, you know, we all get older. Like I'm getting older, you know, but we all have got to make the choice of when to say stuff, when not to say stuff. If we agree with somebody or disagree, do it as an adult and be respectful about it. I disagree with you, and then say why. But you don't have to say, well, I disagree with you because you're a piece of garbage because of what you believe. Then that's irresponsible and that's wrong.
So
I don't
with
know.
that
I've
being
met good people. I've met bad people. But,
and
you know, it's
yes,
what it is.
that being said, Bruce, so overall, so all of that stories, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys want to have more context about that. Hopefully, Bruce is going to have his own live stream, and you can ask all of that question if you really want to know the answers. But with all of your experiences and all of the ups and downs and the mistakes you've had, what is your advice for people who are just starting to kind of like, share themselves in a community, especially if it's something that is not their own culture? Have you ever think of anything that is probably the kind of like a new knowledge for you that you want to share with the noobs, noobs of this team?
I mean, it's the same thing. You meet like Brett said. I met him, and he introduced me to a bunch of people that I never, probably would have, met or knew if it wasn't for him. See, there is always good things about people. It don't matter who it is, even if you don't like him. There's always something that's good. Brett used to have good live streams. They were long, sometimes longer than they should be, but again, we all had fun. We enjoyed. We met people, and during the lockdown, that's all we had to do. Couldn't work, couldn't do anything. So we would come out on YouTube. That would be our day, like a lot of people. So I probably wouldn't have met half of the people that I met. I mean, if I wasn't, going and seeing what streams,
Mhm.
like I did Brett's, and then I just started going
I'm
into
sure you wouldn't have met
films.
me or ICEE or any of these people.
Right.
I'm
I
pretty
wouldn't
sure.
have met you. I wouldn't have
I'm
known anybody.
99% sure.
You can
Thank
take me
you,
off the big
for
screen.
that, Bruce. Thank you for that sharing. And this is our final question for you, Sergi. So, for your experiences, for all the stuff you've shared throughout my years as well on YouTube, what was the mistake that you've learned throughout your YouTube journey only life that you actually didn't expect you're gonna learn at this late stage of your because guys, if you don't know, you have to greet happy birthday to our Sergi. Because it was
Happy
yesterday
birthday,
our birthday.
Sergi.
It was
Happy
actually
Thank,
birthday.
birthday, Ayan. Happy birthday to you. So, Ayan, for your
thank you, everyone.
new
Uh,
younger years, is there any mistake that you will never, ever do again that you actually just realize it when you join YouTube that you can actually share with us?
the channel that I'm using, Pinoy Galan, is it's very old. Like it's from maybe I couldn't remember exactly the year, but it's about 2015 or 16 or about this much of years. I normally watch live stream from big YouTuber, live streamer, commentator, and this kind of people, famous Filipino uh, live streamer, YouTuber, commentator from America, Philippines, and other part of the world. And I think I could say that creating this account as Pinoy Galaan lead me into many open doors of friendship. I'd met people that I could never imagine I could have met. I met ICEE and Rians and so many people, old community that I couldn't imagine I could be friend with them. uh, Facebook and YouTube has been my, has been my ally after the lockdown that everyone's encountered, right? I think the mistake that um, it's kind of mistake, but somehow it kind of not mistake. I'm not really sure if it's mistake. Well, when you meet people, when I met people, either it's personal or either it's via internet, YouTube, mainstream especially. I made it personal. I mean it. If I get friend into someone I don't know personally, I mean it. I mean that I'm friend with you. So this is the only chance for me to open myself into a kind of friendship, not keeping up any boundaries. That's because the fact that I had exploit from the last, uh, it was kind of, if you remember, I stopped live streaming after the breakdown of COVID lockdown. I stopped because of one person I have trusted so much, and I met in YouTube, and we get connected into Facebook. But it's a mistake, but it's done. I couldn't blame myself anything about it. I couldn't blame the other part, about what happened, but it's something that I've learned. Um, Something wrong with me is that I overtrust. I always overtrust. Something that I could have put some controls. It is a fact that we don't know people who are on the live chat. I'm talking to Isa. I'm seeing you every week, right? In this community, in this live stream, almost everyone I'm seeing here, especially the regulars, we don't know each other, right? But we come and we say hello, hi, and there is a little bit of connection, right? When we say every time we are coming here, like Poots and everybody else there, we get to know. But uh, some people take advantage of it. Some people use it, like, to take advantage of us, or had take advantage of me. you know I let somebody else scam me from YouTube. I let somebody scam me from YouTube, and I think that's mistake is kind of, I couldn't say it's mistake 100% because my intention of helping is not making me make others scam me, right? Yeah, over trusting people is somehow not really good, but at the end only we can justify what's happened. I cannot prejudge anyone.
Thank you, Bruce. I am Bruce, I guess, is a connection. I am. But thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Sergi. Thank you, Brett, of course.
Yep,
Thank
you're
you,
welcome
everyone.
always.
And thank you for all the sharing moments, Ayan. I hope you have a wonderful day. And invite them, guys. Invite them of what's going on. Let's start with you, Brett. Ayan, invite them. Ayan, what you doing? Ayan. And of course, August, what are you? Can we see all of those vlogs? Ayan, Brett.
I mean, invite me to my channel or this one. I don't know. I mean, my channel, I mostly do shorts. I do a longer video once in a while. I like doing food shorts. I like to cook. I like to go to restaurants and try different food. And I like cars. I like RC cars. I don't do very many videos on it. I played my RC car yesterday. for like a while, and then until the wheel went flying off because the wheel got lost. But that's a whole nother story. And then so my channel is just mostly shorts, but because they're easy to do, and I like showing what I make and food a lot of the time because I like my hobby is cooking. And come to this channel too if you want good discussions. By the way,
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Brett, and you, Sergi.
Well, I always do live stream almost every day, but you can check out my uploads. Sometimes my live stream is like really completely out of nothing, but people enjoy it. The locals does. Anyway, see you always here in this live stream. I enjoy seeing you here in this live stream every week, and I'm happy that we could have meet people, have opinions, listen to their opinions. It's nice. It's great platform. I see it to learn others other people's experience. I love it and enjoy it so much rather than going to and like there is another live stream that I always go after live streaming after what was it normally ICEE and another community that I was before I get back on live streaming. I always there with my left phone on IC and with my laptop and one earphone on my another ear listening to another live stream. It's sometimes I find out that oh, IC is much doing better. Thank you everyone. Thank you. I'm glad to have you all in this live stream.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. But thank you, Brett, Sir G. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa uulitin. Ayan, have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Bye, everybody. I'm gonna go down because I gotta.
Okay, thank you, Brett.
Bye, everybody. I'm out.
And thank you, Sir G. Ayan.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Sir G. And then there was me. Ayan, guys. And that's how is open panel, guys. So if you want to just hang out and chill with me, it's every Saturday 11 p.m. usually Japanese Standard Time. And of course the shooting star. Oh, shooting star. I actually thought you were gonna come up, but thank you, shooting star. At dahil dyan, ayan, this is for you, shooting star. I hope you like it.
If you like the rhythm.
Ayan, thank you. Shooting Star MS. And guys, Shooting Star also usually streams at afternoon. Ayan, so better check him out as well. And Billy Jack as hi, IC. Hi. Speedy Gonzalez, Puts in Boots. Ayan, thank you guys. Ayan, for interacting with each other. Timmy, Chasing, Tail Outdoors, Richard. Ayan. Thank you. JQ. Oh, those eyes are piercing. What's piercing means? Ayan. Good night, IC and Chaz. Thank you, Timmy. Ayan. I hope I'm not a bother to your art flow of writing. Ayan. Shake it. Why do I have to shake it? Ayan. IC is like a shooting star with that short video. Ah, nice, Speedy Gonzalez. Nice to know that you like it. That's what it means, right? That's what it means. But yes, definitely, guys. So I hope, like just by listening, because I love to talk. And this is what I'm saying. I love to talk. I love like expressing myself. I like the stream. This is what I love about this is because I can kind of just like flow my thoughts out, something that I want to share. And then I want a feedback. I don't like just sharing this because I'm just sharing this. I'm not that type of person. I'm sharing it because I want to find, people that actually share the same interests as me so that I can grow with you as well. That's why I said this channel has become a life journey channel where every stories has its own parts, has its own value. Oh, di ba? Parang ano na. ICP. Every story has its own. Ayan. Thanks for the offer. Sure, I'll take a BJ, bro. For some reason, I knew you would spot something. Ayan. Hi and bye, CBJ. Ayan, from Timmy. Timmy, I wonder if Timmy is done already streaming or is he streaming back? Ayan. Icy with chocolate or honey? Whew, chocolate. Definitely chocolate. Ayan. I like that surgalaan, diba? Ayan. But yes, definitely. All of these things, it's not, this channel is not just about me talking, just sharing. I want it not just because, I want you to kind of like learn something or like, I don't know, because learning something sounds very kind of like, but we learn with each other. This is just what I really want, where I can also grow, where I can talk, but at the same time, I can also listen. Because you have to be like that in life. If you really want to have a wonderful relationship, not just with your own circle, but with kind of like almost everyone, you have to understand that it's not just all about you. It's not just all about you sharing or telling or teaching. It's also about accepting things. It's a two-way street. Napunta naman tayo sa two-way street. I don't stream today. Matindi pangangailangan ko kaya sulat toda max muna. And guys, so Timmy Stories also has joined memberships, guys. Number 23. Oh, I have 23 likes. So thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who likes it. I do appreciate it. Like I know I'm not like constantly saying like it, but with people who I don't even say it, but then do it, I appreciate that a lot, a lot. So, anyways, I know there's a lot of things that I missed on your chat. I do read them. I do replay my streams from time to time because I do a lot of uploads for a different arc. Not a different arc, but kind of like a more centralized, like opinions and sharing and stuff like that. So, if you kind of like just wanted to understand more, and just kind of like wanted to revisit stuff because things that I upload is not just for now. It's just for about almost everything that people can relate with. And almost like you have to have these skills, as you grow older, as you want to achieve a happy life. These are the things that, at least for my part, to bring back to the community or to the universe, as I was saying, just to give back. I want to kind of like get all of us, to kind of like give meaning to life. Ang corny ko, di ba? Icy, can you do reaction live from your previous live stream, how we looks? I actually do that sometimes, don't you think? And Icy, thank you for the cheese. Sorry for the mess I did in your kitchen. Ah, that's okay, Speedy Gonzalez. And ow, and dreams are good. And I check out your old live stream. I was sometimes laughing. Yes, I do laugh. I do laugh. Like, sometimes like, this is the thing. And I've said this in my first like new year of my stream. I told you guys, once in your life, like once a year, try to sit down by yourself, try to analyze things that you've done for the whole year. If you are with your partner, find like, simple stuff that happened to your life and kind of like revisit them. I find it really nice. And that's why I kind of like, I like how I can edit my past live streams because then I have to watch it again and then I have to I can actually reanalyze how I grow. Like what did I do the past year that I wasn't doing now? Things like that, simple stuff that makes sense in a bigger picture of your own life. So I do advocate you guys to do that. It's very corny, but it's something like, just think about it as making love with yourself. Like you're trying to take care of yourself, not just sexually, it's also spiritually, physically, mentally, lahat na ng li, 'di ba? So you have to do that for yourself, because being in a peaceful home, having a wonderful sleep at night because you don't think a lot of stuff, is such a wonderful place to be. And I really hope, I only have a glimpse of it. I'm pretty sure there's more. If only I get better, there's more there. So I want to reach that. I want to reach that ecstasy, the climax, at the end of the day. So if I can do it, I know all of you guys can do it. So if you can do it with people and like-minded people, it's actually going to be better and easier, because there are going to be people around you that would push you when you need it the most. So that's what I'm trying to bring in on the table. And I hope you acknowledge that, you welcome that. And yeah, naubos ng battery ko. Oh, diba? There are blues sometimes. And BJ is an expert analyzer. And sit down by yourself and reflect to your past year up until now. It's very corny, but don't get too horny. Just bang one out real quick. ICEE instructions not clear. Do it with people and like-minded people. I mean, like-minded in a way where it's leading you to a better place. Because don't get me wrong, as we've said earlier, if you kind of like recap earlier what Matipid Lolo was saying, it's like, like-minded, sometimes it's easy for a person, especially if you don't question things. It's easy it's so easy to be confused on people that are like-minded just because you share the same stupid bullshit belief, or you're actually with people, like-minded people that are actually like-minded in a way where they're open to become better than yesterday. Those two things are very, very confusing to a lot of people. So make sure you are very, very mentally and emotionally matured to understand this. And if not, that's what people around us are meant to be there, to see things that you cannot see. Ganon. And puts, read me a bedtime story now. This is not a bedtime story. My energy is kind of low now, o, diba? Puts, sing me a lullaby. Okay, I'll sing you a lullaby. Okay, so the last song would be a lullaby. Sorry, I had a call. Oh, shooting star, don't be so. I'm gonna sing you a lullaby for everyone, because that's what I do. I make people sleep. I thought the stream finished. No, it is finished. I just wanted to put my 2 cents on the end, o, diba? And the light is done, so that means I'm done. Na talaga. Ayan. Shooting star, MS. I'm telling your girlfriend you was talking to your mistress. And should I try to offer my ex to join me on my upcoming holiday in the Philippines? Or should I try rent friend? Ayan, o, diba? Ayun, smart one. And let's see. Okay, just for you, JQ. Let's see, what can I do? Lullaby, lullaby, lullaby. Okay, I'm gonna sing you a lullaby because this is the lullaby that my mother used to sing with me when I was a kid. Oh, diba? So this is what I'm gonna sing for you guys, okay? Some of you probably heard this. I'm not a singer, guys, so don't bash I'm not pretending to be a singer. Okay, so this is it, guys. Hold on. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Diba? Pag ganun tayo, guys. Is there an echo, guys? Hello? All good. No echo. I see help. What's help? Bruce, I know you won't expect less from me. What? Hold on. Okay, puts. Walang basagan ng trip. O, diba? Okay, let's do this. If you're there, mother. Ay, ulit. Ay, okay. For real na to talaga. Why was the sun? Andaw? Mali yung pasok ko. Okay, ulit. Mali yung pasok natin. Okay. How about this one? There you go. Ay. Okay na? Okay, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot really sing super loud because we might get a ping pong in the door. I cannot sing this late. It's already 1:16 a.m. But yes. But thank you guys so much. Steven, imagine if she did. I see your lips made in Japan or Philippines. I don't know. I don't know if I have my mom's lips or my dad's lips. I'm not quite sure. Yes, but it's what half has. Oh, diba? I'll sub to my channel if you want to see a profession song butcher. But yes, definitely. I see Adi. Ayan. I have to Okay, for real na talaga. For real na. Okay, for real. Good night song to everyone na talaga. What's a good night song? What's a good night song, guys? Nicely done, ICEE. Bravo. What's a nice good night song? Purple Heels. How about this one? I'm not gonna probably finish this one. So, ayan, this one na lang. Because I like this song. Good night, everyone. And may all the creep be with you. But this is for everyone, guys. We're all creep in our own way. Embrace it, love it. You were here before. This is for real. Good night. Couldn't look you in the eye. Just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special, so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I won't hit this, yes. I want you to notice when I'm not around. So special. You know what you're talking about. Yes, that's what I'm trying to hit. But I can't because it's nighttime. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. And with that being said, guys, thank you. Otsukare-sama deshita, guys. It's up for me to go now because it's really late. But thank you, everyone. And can you read as bedtime story instead? I am, but yes, Boots on Boots. I don't think bedtime song Purple Hills ICEE become hyper when she sings that. Exactly. It has a hush tone now because everyone in Japan are sleeping, so I have to like shh. Yan, ganon. You're playing my song, ICEE. Thank you. Aw, diba? I like it. I like that song. And of course, Haka-san plays I Will Always Get Deep with Ya. Arigato gozaimashita. Ayan. And enjoyed it, ICEE. And thank you, Shooting Star. Thank you for so much interaction tonight, guys. Everyone. Thank you so much. I do really love the interaction. Keep it coming. And I hope that, you won't stop supporting ICEE Fit and all of my endeavor. Ayan. But for now, otsukare-sama deshita. Arigato gozaimashita. And mata. Maybe Thursday I'll be live. Doesn't know yet, but please watch out my wine talk and our grateful day. So please do drink with me on those times. Ciao. Otsukare-sama deshita. At dahil sa channel na ito, kayo ang BIDA! Ayan, bye-bye guys. Ciao. Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye everyone. Ciao. Ayan. Hold on, guys. Ciao, guys! Ayan. Just gonna go do this a little bit and bye-bye, everyone. Ciao. Thank you, Shooting Star. Thank you so much. And to all of you guys, thank you as usual. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And check out all of the people that you're gonna see in the live chat. so much, guys. Admin, love you, admin. Kapahala dyan. God bless.
Congratulations!
Later, yo. And admin, good salutes, Miss Manny. Thank you so much. I really appreciate ya, bro. Oh my god, I missed that. I missed this part. I missed a lot of stuff. Thanks, Felipe. Thanks, Pinoy. Thanks.
Wow! Congratulations!
Lilibet, Date, Frank Tate, thank you so much. And of course to Mimi, Kuya Steven,
Wow! Congratulations!
Richard, Chasing Tail Outdoors, Everyday Part of Life, Aka Sound Place. Ayan, let's see if I can remember everyone. Let's see how much I can get out of it. Yes, good night. Be safe and take care, guys. Be safe as always. Gentlemen, let's potay. Boots on boots. Palo, incoming flying slippers. And special thanks to my supportive viewers, guys. Thank you so much. Sa mga naka-BG, maraming salamat sa inyo, guys. At sa mga hindi ko pa nakikilala, maraming salamat.
Arigato!
Oyasumi.